Hey there, and welcome to Color Weirdie Day. And I am going for this one. And I'm going to start in here, and this is the fluorescent. This is pre-recorded. Fluorescent yellow. Like that. And it will be here. And it will be here. Like that. It's my first color. Then I will take, I can't see anything. I think I'll take this one that's called Melon Yellow, number 33. And that was the wrong end of the stick. Going for the other end. And I'm going to put that one here. Here we go. Beautiful. Then I think the next color will be this one, Carmine number 11. It's a rat. And I'm going to put that one here. Oh, that one is, I don't know if that is good. I don't even have any paper to dry off on. Yeah, I have some here. I think it's fine. I'm going to do that one going up here. One, two, three, four, five. And then I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here. So how's everybody doing today? I was watching a series with Tori. That was nice. We got this one going here. And this one going here. I think actually this one is going to go all the way there. Like this. I haven't started counting out, but I'm just doing my best here. I don't really have a plan except for some rainbow. I think I'm going to do the first round and then we'll just do the count out there. But I should have probably started with that But now we're going like this. Then I am gonna take the fluorescent pink, F126. Wow. So I'm gonna go here with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I actually counted out on that one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9. Then I counted out there too. This one. And I need this one here. And I need this one here. Like that. This would be the 9. This would be the 9 that continues here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this would be the 9. And we got this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9. So I kind of did it backwards. Count. I haven't counted forward down there yet. But we'll get to it. If we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this would be the 9. like that. Then we can just backtrack because now we got all this on, so still feel like I can't see proper. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was wrong. That was supposed to be there. So just made a little bit of a blue bee. That happens to the best of us. Ja.
Nej, det er det ikke.
Hvad?
Det er ligegyldigt.
Okay.
Er du live eller optager du bare?
Jeg optager.
Okay.
Sorry, that was just Tori. Like that. Then we got it all over here. We got it here. Yeah, they had it wrong. Probably make some mistakes, but that's all right. Why not? I get distracted sometimes. But that's the way it is. Sometimes you get distracted. Sometimes you get distracted. So now we got the orange. Orange. So the orange is supposed to be here. Well, actually, it was the melon yellow. So we got that. And we got that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9. And that's 9. Then we got this one here. This one there. Then we got this one here. And then we got it here. And so I just had a really chill day. don't know why I did it. There's something wrong. But that's just, well, it'll just probably just be one of those what's called happy accidents things. Yeah. It will be a happy accident. And then we'll never talk about it again. We'll see how it turns out in the end. I think I was distracted when I did some of this. I don't know what happened. I'll probably have to. That should have been red. I forgot that one. So we're just gonna go back. Yeah, I don't know. I'm distracted on my head. And more hurt. So this is the red one. Good thing that the red can cover that. No biggie. Just a minor. Now we're going back to this one. Like that. Then we are back to that fluorescent yellow. And that's going to be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's going to be here. And it's going to be here. And it's actually going to be here. And there. Then it's going to be right there. There. It's going to be here. I think it's going to be pretty. Something went wrong here, but we'll just go with it and see where it brings us. Maybe it'll be all right. Maybe it won't. Maybe Rome wasn't built in one day. Maybe. So I've been thinking a lot. Now I've been watching television. I've also been watching they do have a lot about the American election and all that in Danish television. The other day they actually had a survey, which I find extremely ridiculous. a survey of who the Danish people would vote for if they were voting for the American president. If they would choose Kamala Harris or Trump. And I mean, I think a survey like that is ridiculous because the Danish people are not the American people and do not have the experience that the American people has had with their authorities, etc. So I don't even see how a survey like that could be relevant for anybody of who the Danish people would vote for if they were voting in the American election. I mean, then we might as well do a world survey. Who does the whole world want to be America's president? I mean, damn, ain't nobody's business but the Americans, but you can hope. You can only hope that people will make informed choices. But what I really find ridiculous, and I'm not talking about who I would vote for or who I wouldn't vote for because that's not my place. And I think if I was living in America, I might have a whole different view of it because I haven't lived in America, so I can't say what the American people are experiencing or has experienced. So, anyways, what I find absolutely ridiculous, and that's not only in America. You see it also, you've seen some of it in British politics. I mean, worldwide, adults, they spend a lot of time and energy on teaching their spawn, their children, that bullying is wrong, that you don't lie about other people and you don't call them names and you just don't bully because it's just really bad to bully other people. But it seems when it comes to politics that politicians act like the worst bullies in the schoolyard. I mean, seriously? They call each other names. They make up lies about each other. Seriously? Is that like, you got a free pass to do whatever you want just because you're a politician? You can trash anybody and everybody? And that is not about one person, or it's about all of them. That is something that does not cease to baffle me. And it does not cease to baffle me that people will even consider voting for any of them because they behave, well, exactly the way that we teach our children not to behave towards others. Why is it that it is perfectly all right for politicians to bully, name call, and slander each other? But we tell our children that that is a wrong behavior and you should never do that. Why? I just want to know why we accept it when politicians do it to each other, when we don't accept it when our own children do it to each other. Why are we teaching the children morals and standards that we don't expect politicians to live up to? Why? I'm sorry, but that is ridiculous to me. Sometimes also when I watch the English Parliament and how they're like booing and shouting and I don't know what that is so ridiculous. Tories. Seriously? We teach people or our children that if they're in a school situation, that they should sit quiet and wait their turn to talk. But no, they just shout on top of each other. So is there something there that maybe should be addressed about how people allow this to happen? Because what does that show the children? That, oh, okay, you're not allowed to do this in the schoolyard. You're not allowed to bully. You're not allowed to shout over the top of your lungs over the top of your teacher or the other kids. But if you get a power position where you're a politician, you're allowed to slander and bully and do whatever you want. That's the general thing. And that goes for all of the politicians. It's not just one or two that act like that. It's all of them. And the one day they might stand and sling mud at an opponent. And then the next day they are like, oh, sweetheart, I love you. You know, I mean, come on. Seriously? Is that a good example to set for our children, the future? That, okay, no, you can't bully little Timmy. But if you get to the level of world influencing politician, then you can just bully whoever you want, however you want, and be mean. Why is that? Why? I mean, that's like seriously disturbing that we are willing to accept that kind of behavior if we won't accept our children behaving like that. I'm just saying. Actually, this should be continuing here. I don't think I can really fix it. It's just a mistake. It's a heavy mistake that will provide some shading. But that's the one thing that I would like to address with how and this is the world leaders. You know, the people who get on television, they barge and bully each other. Also, presidents, stately people. It's sort of like, oh, the rules don't apply to me. I can say whatever I want about my opponents. And that goes for the whole world of politicians. There's bad behavior. I mean, in Denmark, if they went for the throat here, then, you know, nobody would vote for a person who acted like that. I hope not. But I see it in the British Parliament. I see it in America, both sides behaving like really, really ill-mannered children, small children. Yeah. And I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it. So the next color I have is royal blue. So yeah, so I'm not talking about politics here. I'm just talking about general behavior and our expectations of our own children compared to what we expect of politicians. And I think that it is ridiculous that we accept that they behave like that. Because nobody should accept that kind of behavior. It should just be said straightforward. It is unacceptable. And instead of spending so much time trashing each other, why don't they spend that time telling people what they actually want to do to make things better for the people? Huh? Why don't they do that? You know why? Because they don't actually have any politics to talk about. That's the main thing. Why are they not talking about what they're going to do that sets them apart from their competition? How they are going to do things better? Why you should vote for them and not why you shouldn't vote for the others? I mean, that would be talk about how good you are and which things you want to do good instead of talking about how bad the others are. Let it be below your level to say those kind of things. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't get why it's being readily accepted. That's the thing that I find most disturbing. It's like a whole other set applies. And people are just, blind as fuck as to pass a little bit of judgments on those people behaving so poorly. That's just my 2 cents. Bad behavior. It should not be allowed, not by anyone. If we don't allow our children to be like that, why should we allow our politicians to act like that? It's like one big sandbox where you just, it's like, wow, I can't believe I just heard somebody say that. That's how I think every time. They make campaigns to smear each other's names. I mean, seriously? Yeah. So it's totally unacceptable. In any kind of stately affair, any kind of government, bullying and slandering each other is absolutely unacceptable behavior. And they should be thrown out on their ass for doing it. Just like, it's also not allowed to cheat at elections. We have a democratic process, but still, we have lots of places where they claim it's democratic process, and in reality, they're just cheating. Why? I mean, dictators will, of course, be able to do this as they bully their whole population, and that to speak up means to get killed. But it just baffles me. And then you look at these politicians talking, and then you see people standing behind them agreeing on the speech of hatred and prejudice. It's hate coming from all the politicians. I would like to see a serious politician who did not waste his or her time in bullying the other person. That I would really love to see, because I am so sick of seeing this kind of childish behavior that we are seeing constantly. So sick of it. It's such a travesty for the whole world to bear witness to. Is it because they don't feel that their message in itself is strong enough? So they need to put their opponents down in order to move the real focus from their own flaws? Or is it just because they're stupid? If it's because they're stupid, then it's very dire, because the last thing we need are more stupid people ruling the world. And to me, it looks like it's a constant of the people who get themselves pushed up and forward to leading positions are definitely not people that is worth trusting to do the interest of the people. It's people who want to do the interest of themselves. If they already have that kind of attitude when they start out. So yeah, I think that should be addressed as a first in politics, before people even think about who they're going to vote for. Then address the fact that you don't put high expectations into those politicians. That maybe you need to, expect more from them in the matter of how they behave towards each other. Expect them to behave like adults. Expect them to behave how we teach our children to behave towards each other. That, I think, might help a little bit if they were civil to each other, treated each other with respect and dignity, instead of throwing mud. Don't talk down. Don't treat others with disrespect. Treat everybody the way that you want them to treat you. That's what we teach. That's what we teach the children. Why is it that we then accept the opposite from politicians? Why? Why is that? Is it mass idiocracy? I mean, yeah. Just throwing it in the air. I hope that at least some will agree with me that it seems totally wrong that we don't have higher expectations of those who are in charge of our futures. So, but I can see, things that would not be acceptable 10 years ago in the way of the rhetorics of politicians are acceptable now, even in Denmark. Things that would be unthinkable. They're starting, it's an influence in the way it's and to be honest, hatred breeds hatred. It's a bad circle. So, yeah, I hope I will be hope at some point some people will realize what we're doing to the world, that it's wrong and it's sick. And that's all the way around. It's wrong and it's sick. And the people of the world deserve better. So to sum up my grief, what I'm talking about, I don't really care who anybody votes for. I care that we accept this behavior that is becoming so rampant in society. A behavior, a style of behavior that we wouldn't accept from our own children. That bugs me. Because how are those children going to understand the value of the things we teach them if we're ready to accept it from politicians that we put in charge of our society? How are those children going to not think somehow, oh, well, if you have enough money, if you have enough power, if you're sitting high up, then you can do whatever? Why wouldn't they start thinking like that if that's what they see? The parents who are instilling in them that we do not bully each other are voting for people who do bully each other. Why would the children think any different? Why would they think that they can't be allowed to do that when they're adults if they have enough money or power? That's what I'm saying. And I hope at some point some of these adults start understanding the value of behaving in a proper manner towards each other, distinguished with honor and integrity. That way you can start trusting them. Start trusting in what they say they will do and that they will actually do it. Because right now, most of them, nobody thinks that they're going to do anything differently because they're all just in the same rut of hate speech and bullying each other, mocking each other even, That's actually making a mockery of our society and what the values that it's built upon. And every time you turn on your television, it doesn't matter which country it is, you see it, you hear it, and somehow you accept it. That's what is unacceptable to me. So this is the last color, which is a fluorescent green. So yeah, makes you wonder what the world would look like if all citizens of the world said, hey, Please act respectful towards each other. And you know what? The worst thing is, these people, these politicians, they are from very high up, often born with a silver spoon up their ass. Yeah, I said ass. They are trained to have very good etiquette. Yeah, they've gone to posh schools, so they know how to behave better than that. So you really want to know why they stoop to behaving like that? That's because they underestimate people. They think that with their name calling, their hate speech, and their bullying, that people will vote for them because of that, because they are estimating that the general population is so stupid that the only thing they understand is that kind of tone of voice, that they speak like that. So it's a reflection of how they see the populations. If they think that that's the only thing that's going to be effective on them winning elections and getting support from the general public. So that's how they see you and me and everybody else, as idiots. So think about that a little bit, because they have been raised with manners. They have been trained in elite schools. They do know how to behave. They know the difference between bullying and acting accordingly. They do know, but they think that that's the only thing that they're gonna be able to reach the general public. Says a lot about how they see the people that they're trying to help. I think it speaks volumes of society, of how politicians look down upon you and me, if they think that bullying is and harassing and hate speech is the only thing that's going to wake up support for them. So, well, here we go. I had my little moment of saying my opinion about the whole scene of world politics. And I'm not saying that one candidate is better or not, because they're all doing it. Somehow, they're all doing it. So you guys have a lovely evening. Remember to love yourself and think a little bit about, what if we put those politicians to the same standards that we put our children? See you. Bye. And thank you.